Well, hello again. It's me. How you going? Um, Today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to make a different type of dish on my Weber barbecue kettle. And the rotisserie, I'm going to do roast beef. I'm going to do some roast potatoes in the oven and some Yorkshire puddings. Now the Yorkshire puddings I've got off another site, and I'll let you know what that is shortly. There's a guy, he's a Yorkshireman, and that's the only place to do Yorkshire puddings is from a Yorkshireman or a Yorkshire woman. Now my dad's mum was from Yorkshire. She was born and bred in Yorkshire. My dad was born in Lancashire, and he moved to Yorkshire when he was a young boy, and he stayed there for many years because of his father's job on British Rail. He was head chief rolling stock inspector, and then they transferred him to Lightbound station in Manchester to do the same thing, and he was very high up in British Railways. So my dad moved around a fair bit. Anyway, enough of that. So I was brought up with Yorkshire puddings, and my grandmother made the best Yorkshire puddings, my grandma Waite. So, and she always baking bread too. She was always baking something, biscuits, cakes, you name it, she ruined us. And my dad, as tough as he was, and he was a tough bloke, he went through World War II as a tank commander, and they don't come any tougher than that. And he was a mummy's boy, just like my son is. I was a daddy's boy, so there you go. Anyway, what I'm going to do now, I'm preparing the meat, putting it on the rotisserie, and I'm going to just very lightly season it with some steak seasoning and some what do you call it, Liam Perrin's Worcestershire sauce. Not Worcestershire sauce, Worcestershire sauce. That's how we pronounce it. So anyway, this is, I'll show you how I'm going to do it. I've taken it from this other guy's YouTube account, and it's really good. And I'll later on, I've just got I can't remember it off by heart now, and I'll get to it and let you know what it is, because his side is worth doing. It's worth having a look at. He does some great stuff. And what we do first here, we got to put some of this on, and I'm afraid I'll be getting my hands a bit mucky. And go all the way around with some Worcester. This is just a base to make the seasoning stick, that's all. And it will give it a little bit of flavour, but make sure we get it all over and massage it in well. I think that's about enough there. And this is the seasoning. I got this from Costco. I've had it on steaks, and it's not bad, but I only do it very lightly. I like to taste the meat. I don't like to taste the seasoning. And so it's going to be a very light, like I say, it's a lot of people put rubs on. I don't. I put a little bit on, but I don't completely cover it. I like to taste the beef. and I've done it before, but I found that the rubs take over, and that's not what I was brought up with. We didn't have rubs when I was a young boy, and my grandparents certainly never had rubs. So, but they did season things, and this is what I'm doing instead, and I think that's just about enough for me. That's a little bit. So I think that's about enough for me. It's got all sorts of different things in, and it smells all right, and I've used it before, and it does taste pretty good. I'll just make sure I get a little bit on the ends. And Bob's your uncle. Now, what I'll do now is I'm just getting the coals ready for the barbecue, and I'll show you when we start putting the meat on the barbecue, which will probably be in about another 10 minutes, so I'll bring you back then. Okay, I'll just put you back there now, and it's a fair slab of meat. That's going to be really nice. Hopefully it's going to be on for about 2 hours, and it's going to be fairly slow cooked, so I'll bring you then. Well, here we go, ready to go and put stuff on the barbie and on the rotisserie, and we'll talk you through it. Right, all the coals are done. Got to insert the meat in there and turn it on. Now, my intention is it's going to take about 2 hours. I'm going to look at it again in another hour. I'm going to put the lid on. I'm going to try and maintain a temperature of about 160, 170 degrees. I'd like it to be about 70 degrees C in the centre, which is a little bit more well done than most people like it. I don't like eating raw meat. I will not eat raw meat. I like it pink, but I don't like it red and bloody. So they say, oh, look at the juices running out, and it's blood running out. Juices are clear, not red. So I've learned that over the years, and what I'll do now is put the lid on, and then I've got to try and maintain the temperature then to about 160. I've just got to keep my eye on it. And about 45 minutes to an hour, I'll come back and check it, and then the last hour I'll probably keep the lid off. So here we go. It's turning around nicely. Now, the temperature at the moment is 150, 170. It's getting a bit hot, so I'm going to turn the air down a bit and slow it down. That takes a little bit fiddling around, on and off, on and off, on and off, till you get it right. And once you get it right, you're pretty good. You're pretty good to go. So I'll bring you back when I come back to check it in about 45 minutes to an hour. I'll catch you then. Well, here we are back again after 45 minutes or so, 50 minutes. I've got the potatoes ready, peeled and ready to boil, and then I'll put them in the oven in some oil. I've done the sprouts and broccoli, and I've peeled the carrots and sliced the carrots. I've got the gravy, well, I haven't made the gravy, but I've got the gravy ready to go. So this is how the meat's doing at the moment. Nice and slow. I'm going to just up the ante a bit now. It's only got about another hour and a half to go, so I want to give it enough time to rest as well. I want to rest it for at least 30 minutes to an hour before we slice it. Well, it's looking good. The temperature was about 190, and I think 150 is just a little bit too slow. So if you're doing it at 150, you've got to be on 4 or 5 hours, and I started too late for doing that. So here we go, and I'll check it again in another hour. So it'll have done about an hour 45 by then, and we'll see how we go then. Now it's time for a short slurp. Excuse me while I imbibe. Oh, yum. That's not bad. Now we're going to put some of this. We don't muck around with the little bottles here. These are a litre bottle, so it's good value. Now the gravy's there. We'll just put a little bit of red wine in there, stir it up, and I'll give you a tour of what we're having. Righty ho. That's the gravy. It'll thicken up a bit. I've left it a bit thin because it's just simmering on the side. We've got the sprouts and broccoli and the carrots, and in here we've got the got the roast potatoes. So they're going to take a little while yet. And in the meantime, I'll go and get the meat and we'll wrap it up. I'll get the meat and we'll wrap it up. So just bear with me. I've got to just start that timer for 25 minutes for the Yorkshire puddings. I need a... Hang on, it's all right. Here we go. Oh, right. Now, got to take these off. Right. I haven't got enough room. It's like this every time. I'm going to wrap this now. Oh, would you believe it? The end of the roll. But we've got tons more somewhere. No. Bake. Glenn, can you come and get this paper down for me? This tin foil. It's in there. It's one of them at the top there. There's always something. Anyway, in the meantime, we'll have another slurp. The tin foil one. You're taller than me. I think yeah. Ah, here we go. Ouch, that is hot. It's hot. We'll put a couple of pieces on, just for good luck. I'll do one that way. Now any juices that come out of there will go in the gravy. which I should have some outside in the pan. So I shall endeavour to have a look. Oh, how's that? Some really nice juices there. That'll go in the... There's no fat there either, it's just juice. Give it a stir. Oh, tastes good. Tastes pretty damn good. How's them potatoes doing? Now. Right. Now. Gee, that's heavy. Right, we've got to turn the spuds over. Ouch, ouch, don't do that at home. They're coming on just fine. Yeah, burn your fingers. It's a bloke's thing. It's a bloke thing. We always burn ourselves. That's nothing new. We'll put that in. That back in. No, I won't. Not without a rag. That's... Why didn't I think of that? Oh dear, 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 dear. Carrots are stir. Everything's just about done. Now, I'll come back to you when I've dished it out and let you see the end result, and probably have a bit of a taste test, see how good it is, and we'll catch you shortly. I'll bring you back when I'm ready. Cheers. Now, what the Italians would say is bella, bella, bella. What the English would say, bloody lovely. What the Australians would say, get that up ya. Cheers, folks. Just a bit of the fucking massive. Hoo-wee! How many do you want? 2? Too hot for that, mate.
In the past explodes, because what happened when you put them in the water, they bubble up and then
This is a better knife. Fucking fly. You snuck in, you bastard. Stop recording. Right, here we go. Do a bit of carving. That's the meat. There's a bit of a smoke ring there, but there was no smoke apart from the charcoal. Them holes are what I tested it with the thermometer, so there's no dramas with that. Right. That can go away for our lunch during the week or for another dinner. Oh yeah, roast beef and chips, that'd be alright, wouldn't it? Now I'm going to have a oh yeah, my timer went off for my Yorkshire puddings. Clear the way. Yorkshire puddings, here they come. Have a look at them little babies. Wow! I must admit, I'm getting pretty damn good, eh? That's the Yorkshire pudding. That's the meat. Now I'm going to dish out, and then we'll come back and have a bit of a taste test. So we'll catch you in a minute. Right, done. Pick a couple of littlies out for Beryl. I've got to cut hers up. So I have to do this for her every night, cut it up so she can eat it. Otherwise she'll end up starving herself to death. Poor girl. I don't give her too much either. I'll cut her Yorkshire puddings in half. Look at them inside. Ooh, aren't they lovely? Right, now then, a few carrots. And a few sprouts. Now some gravy. This gravy looks really good. Glenn, could you give this to Mum, please? That's my wife's. Oh, it's hot. How many Yorkshire puddings would you like, son? 2 or 3?
3.
3. I think my family like Yorkshire puddings. I know I do. Actually, out of all the meals that I do like, I love Chinese, I love Indian, I love fish and chips. But there's no doubt about it. Roast beef and Yorkshire pudding is definitely my favourite. Buttered carrots. Do you want gravy on your Yorkshire pudding, son?
Yeah.
Do you want it on your meat? Don't think so. Never has it on his meat. That's my son's. Wow. It's bloody hot. Go on, I'll have 3. I shouldn't, but I will. I love me roast potatoes too. These didn't brown up well, but they are cooked through and they're very crisp. But getting a decent potato at the moment in Australia is just about impossible. Look at that. That was a potato that I had to peel, and there was about 12 of them in the bag. I hate it. Bloody hate it. I'm used to big spuds, not pissy little ones. Still, what can you do? There'll be some gravy left too for another meal. And this is excellent gravy. Even the smell of it makes you feel hungry. Right, all the hobs are turned off. We'll go in with the zoom a bit. There we go. Now, that is my dinner. I know it looks a lot there, but them Yorkshire puddings are all full of wind and air. So let me get a knife and fork. Let's give a bit of a Yorkshire pudding a go. Well, once again, problem with the camera. It overheated and I didn't get a chance to do the taste test. So I'm sorry about that. But it has been pretty hot in this kitchen today. Doing roast beef and Yorkshire pudding. Probably the day was probably too hot to do it. It was a struggle eating it. I didn't eat it all. I can assure you on that. My eyes were bigger than the belly. But what I ate 3/4 of it. It was delicious. The gravy was superb. and the red wine went down well, which I'm finishing off now. Cheers. And thanks for watching. I hope you stayed to the end. I do apologise though, but this camera stuff's out of my control. All I can do is switch it on and set the settings, which I did, and it was working fine. So catch you in the next one. Bye bye.